What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Soft Cell. And we're returning for another tune from the 3-disc compilation of 12-inch mixes. Big shout out to Kim once again, and we're going to listen to their 007 theme. Now, I reacted last time to the Soft Cell track You Only Live Twice, which people mentioned is indeed inspired by the film of the same name. And indeed, shout out to all the folks who commented there about the film and or the track. But yeah, so 007 theme, I would expect it to be at least somewhat built off of or a remix of the actual opening credit sequence tune with those big brass stabs that, the iconic imagery of the barrel of the gun and Mr. Bond in the background there. So yes, I would expect it to build off of or otherwise play with the sonics of that iconic tune, but perhaps in a more synth-pop way, a more electronic and maybe dark and wicked type of environment. So yeah, I would expect it to be that. I don't know if it'll be instrumental, that would be my assumption, but perhaps we'll hear Marc on the vocals. In any case, let's find out. This is Soft Cell and their tune 007 theme, which is indeed from the 3rd disc of their 12-inch singles compilation. That little sounds like a piano that's out of tune. So it basically was what I was expecting, in that it sounds like if you took the Bond theme and filtered it through a bad drug trip or something. It felt very dissonant and almost overwhelming, relentless, like you just couldn't escape it. But it wasn't unpleasant for those reasons, it was just very intense. So I don't know, I was thinking that, normally you'd think of like the James Bond theme, but maybe they titled it 007 theme, because then there's no like copyright worries that maybe the Bond producers or franchise would try to come after them for naming a track that. But yeah, like it sounded recognizably built off of some of the ingredients of the main Bond theme, but very different from it at the same time. And yeah, it didn't feel triumphant or even like a bit of, intrigue, a bit of sexiness like the main theme does. It felt like uncomfortable. It felt very, again, dissonant and like you were just holding on and trying to make it through to the end. So perhaps that was the theme. Again, that one like high melodic repetitive rhythm, it sounded like you took a piano but that one that hasn't been tuned yet, so every key has this kind of empty hollow type of like tone where it's not even like a full tone, it's just like a tapping kind of sound. So I don't know if that's actually how that was created. Perhaps it was just a keyboard kit with a particular sound in that direction. But yeah, and then those big like string synths that weren't rich and consonant but were very heavy and dissonant. So yeah, it was an experience that was similar to what I expected, but was even more like brain racking than I perhaps predicted. So yeah, very much on par for what I've come to know from Soft Cell. Not to say that they don't have some elegant melodies in their tunes, the ones I've gone through, but as the original run of the group got farther and farther along, it felt like their music got more heavy and wicked and dissonant and full of malintent, if you will. So yeah, this felt much more like the stuff from This Last Night in Sodom than it did from, say, Nonstop Erotic Cabaret. So yeah, ultimately a tune that I think fits into what I expected. I don't know if you technically call that an instrumental. I do believe we heard Mark doing like a atmospheric non-verbal vocal at one point. I guess that's still not technically lyrics or singing per se. I shouldn't say singing. It is singing, but it's not like a lead vocal, therefore I think it would still be classified as an instrumental despite hearing a voice there. I'm not sure of the technical semantics there, but yes, mostly an instrumental, I guess I'll get away with. But yeah, cool, if also very intense and I think deliberately uncomfortable. Shout out to Kim once again for sharing all the extra material as well as a great many other things. Do let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.